क्या? हाँ, अब कर लिया मैंने, आपको भी भेज।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा। दंडवत प्रभु जी।
Okay, so we'll start with the Kirtan. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपीजन बल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, गोपीजन बल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, यशोधनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यशोधनंदन ब्रज जनरंजन, यमुना तीर वनचारी, यमुना तीर वनचारी, यमुना तीर वनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Jaya Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Shri Radhe Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva Jaya Subhadra, Gauranika, 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 Shri Shri Gauranika. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, दाय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना तम सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखावितांश्च। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So welcome everyone. So we'll be reciting slokas, Ishopanishad slokas now. Shri Ishopanishad Mangalacharana. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnas Evavashishyate. ईशावास्यमिदं सर्वं यत्किञ्च जगत्यां जगत् तेन त्यक्तेन भुञ्जीथा मा कृतः कस्य स्विद्धनम्। कुर्वन्नेवेह कर्माणि जिजीविषेशतं समाः एवं त्वयि नान्यथेत्वस्ति न कर्म लिप्यते नरे। असुरोका अन्धेन तमसावृताः तांस्ते प्रीत्याभिगच्छन्ति ये के चात्महनो जनाः। अनेजवीयो नैन देव आप्नुवं पूर्वमर्षत् तद्धावतो अन्यनत्येति तिष्ठत् तस्मिन्नपो मातरिश्वा दधाति तदेजति तन्नेजति तद्दूरे तदवन्तिके तदन्तरस्य सर्वस्य तदू सर्वास्यस्य बाह्यतः यस्तु सर्वाणि भूतान्य आत्मन्येवानुपश्यति सर्वभूतेषु चात्मानं ततो न विजुगुप्सते। यस्मिन् सर्वाणि भूतान्य आत्मन्यवाद्भूति विजानतः तत्र को मोहकः शोक एकत्वम् अनुपश्यतः। सपर्यागा शुक्रमकाय वर्णम् अस्नावीरम शुद्धम अपापविद्धम कविभिः मनीषिभिः परिभू स्वयंभूर याथा तथ्यतो अर्थान् व्यदधाः शाश्वतीभ्यः समाभ्यः। अंधः तमः ये विद्यामुपासते ततो भूय इव ते तमो य अन्यदेवाहुर्बाहुरविद्यया इति शुश्रुमधीराणां येन तद्विचक्षु विद्यां च ये यस्तद्वेदो भयं सः अविद्या मृत्युं त्यक्त्वा विद्यामृतम् अश्नुते तमः प्रविशन्ति ये सम्भूतिमुपासते ततो भूय सम्भूत्यामृताः अन्यदाहु सम्भवात् इत्तिति शुश्रुमधीराणां ये नस्तद्विचक्षिरे भूतिं च विनाशं च यस्तद्वेदो भयं सः विनाशेन मृत्युमृतमश्नुते हिरण्मयेन पात्रेण सत्यस्यापि हितं पूषन् अपावृणो दृष्टये पूषन् निकर्षेयं सूर्य प्राजापत्य व्यूयः रश्मिन् समूह तेजो यत्ते रूपं कल्याणं तमं तत्ते पश्यामि यो सावसो पुरुषः सोऽहमस्मि वायुरनिलम् अमृतम् अथेदं भस्मान्तं शरीरम् ॐ क्रतो स्मर कृतं स्मर क्रतो स्मर कृतं स्मर अग्नेनय सुपथार विश्वानि देव वयुनानि विद्वान् योध्य स्मदजुहरान् भूयिष्ठां ते नम उक्तिं विधेम ॐ तत्सत् इति। We have done till second mantra and third also we have started. Last time we had started third also. Okay, so let us first go and see what we are doing now. So these are the flow of verses. Okay, so introduction was done, then we came to invocation Om Purnamada. So that was the beginning of Ishopanishad, and then Ishavasya principle learned, and the second sloka was benefit of living in the spirit of Ishavasya. You can live for Shatam Sama, of years, no worry. As long as we like to live, we can live. But only thing which principle. Ishavasya principle is the Lord is the proprietor of everything, and so He has set aside our quota. Just accept that quota and continue our life in devotional service. Because Ishavasya principle has further been explained the and other literatures, Vedic literatures. And the second mantra, benefits. What are the benefits? We can live as long as we may like to live, no problem, no worry, no tension. But if you do not follow what is going to come, is a very dangerous future. We may have to take birth in hell. Asurya namate loka. So if we do not follow, so this is the law of God, living in harmony, laws of God basically, and how we have to live in the harmony. That is section 1. Okay, so first we complete the section 1, then we'll go to the section 2. This is mantra 3. Asurya nama te loka andhena tamasavritah tamste pritya vigachanti yeke chatmahano janaha. Okay, the killer of the soul, whoever he may be, must enter into the planets known as the world of faithless, full of darkness and ignorance. So we were discussing this thing. First we discussed that what do you mean by asura and sura. So just little recap. Asura and sura means, asu means very quick, and ra means ramate. Somebody wants to enjoy very quickly, does not want to think before enjoyment, whether it is good for me, whether it is having good future for me, nothing. Simply enjoy. That is asura. Second, asu means life air. So life air and ra means again enjoying. So life air we want to enjoy. Basically same thing. So asura. And sura means, Srila Prabhupada mentions, those who have a higher responsibilities, or those who follow Lord. Vishnu Bhakte Bhave Daivat Asurastad Vipareya. They are called suras, and those who are non-devotees, They may be devotee of other demigod, but Shastra strict in saying this thing. Very boldly they are saying, those who are not Vishnu's devotees, they are asuras. So we have seen and also seeing now in the world and heard also so many great devotees of other demigods. They took a lot of benediction from them and they wanted to destroy the whole world. Like Hiranyakashipu, Ravan. Okay, so this we understood. Then second thing, we also understood that uh, what do you mean by Atmaha? Atmaha means what? Because here the mention, the killer of soul. So killer of soul means you are killing the propensity of a soul to his awareness about his spiritual identity has been killed. Now there will be no chance for him to understand because we have engaged ourselves in other activities which are non-Krishna conscious activities. So yes, Srila Prabhupada mentions that human life is distinguished from animal life because human life has heavy responsibility. What is heavy responsibility? Aj kaumarachare pragyo dharman bhagvatamiha durlabham manusam janma tadape adruvam arthadam. What is arthadam in human life? Is Bhagavad Dharma, which has to be practiced from beginning of our life or life. They think that life is for enjoyment. Okay, so then these people do not follow the scriptures. They don't follow God. So these are called asuras, demons. In the Rig Veda, it is stated that the asuras always aim at the lotus feet of the Lord. So they always run, they flee towards the lotus feet of the Lord. Om Tat Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suryaha. Always they are running towards the lotus feet of Lord. Who? All the suras, all the devatas. And they also act accordingly. Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita 16th chapter is mainly for Bhagavad Gita 16th chapter is mainly for demonic and divine qualities. And Krishna mainly explains about demonic qualities. So he said the two kinds of people are there in this world. One is demon, other is demon, or you can say sura. Sudurlabam, human form of the life is extremely rare and its purpose. So this also we did that material body is considered like a boat. The spiritual master is like a karanadharam, means he is carrying the boat, the with which we row the boat, the stick, and the we as the human body is a boat, and we as the soul we have, and the favorable winds which are coming to direct us in our right direction, which are these are the Vedic instructions. The Vedic instructions are the favorable bridges, and Guru is basically rowing our boat towards the destination. But we soul as a and other way to also say killing, like when we cultivate the wrong qualities, like kama krodha tatha lobhastha etat trayam trajet. Atma, Krishna says that dwaram nasnam atmanah, kama krodha tatha lobhastha. So how the soul is degraded when he cultivates these kinds of qualities, kam, krodha, lobha. In this world, if he cultivates this kind of quality, then he is degrading himself. And this sloka directly comes from, you see, he mentioned Atmaha. We can see also 11, 17, 11, 20, and 17. I'll just show. They have प्लवं सुकल्पं मयानुकुलेन नभस् पुमान भवाद्भिं न तरेत् स आत्मः। तैरता नहीं है गुरु होने के बावजूद, ना होने के बावजूद भी नहीं तैर। आत्मः clearly mentioned, आत्मः clear of the soul. The human body, which can award all benefits in life, is automatically obtained by the laws of nature. Although it is very rare achievement, this human body can be compared to perfectly constructed boat having the spiritual master as the captain, of the personality of Godhead as a favorable wind, impelling it on its course. Considering all these advantages, a human to cross the ocean, and we being the passenger, we are not utilizing the opportunity. This material ocean. Yes. Then comes, okay, this is done. Okay. So I think we were here, third, correct? Okay, we'll continue from here. Who can? Yes, Anurag Agarwal Prabhu. Okay, can you read Anurag Agarwal? Also chance, yes.
Arthadam, human form of life is important and valuable. There are swine, dogs, camel, asses, whose economic necessities are just as important to them as our sast. But the economic problems of these animals are solved only under nasty and unpleasant. The human being is given all facilities for a comfortable life by the laws of form of life is more important than and valuable than the animal life. Is man given a better life than that of swine and other animals? Why is a servant given better facilities than those of an ordinary clerk? The answer is that a highly placed the duties of human beings have to perform are higher than those of animals who are always engaged in simple stomachs. Yet the modern soul-killing civilization has the problems of the hungry stomach. When we approach a form of a modern civilized man and ask him to take interest in self-realization, that he simply wants to work to satisfy his stomach, and that there is need of self-realization for a hungry man. The laws of nature are so cruel, however, that despite his denunciation of the need of self-realization and his ego to fill his stomach, he is always threatened by unemployment.
Okay, we'll discuss now. So here Srila Prabhupada says in the last paragraph that if we kill the soul, then we are really very not kill the soul, rather we should. Now here Prabhupada mentions that how we are killing. So what can be the alternative we can think of killing the soul? So one alternative which humans have adopted is what? We have to fill our belly. Okay, we have to fill our belly. So this belly is there with animals also. They are also whole day searching for food. That Mahabharata clearly says that ahar nidra samanyeta pasubhi naranam dharmo hit esam adhiko viseso dharmena hi. If there is no dharma in human society, in every human groups you find there will be some dharma that is called human. Humans means, if you want to identify humans, means dharma should be there. The tag of dharma should be there. At least tag. Later they should follow. That is another thing. Otherwise, asura. or asura, or better here is to say animal. Pasu, pasu, dvipad pasu. So dvipad pasu means pasu with the two legs. That is called human. If he is not following any dharma, he is called dvipad pashu. Pasu having two legs, or animal with two legs. So Srila Prabhupada is saying the humans are why a highly placed government servant is given better facility than ordinary clerk. The answer is highly placed officer has to discharge the duty of higher nature. Srila Prabhupada is to give judge and clerk a context. A judge is simply signing some verdicts. Okay, okay. Now this case has come. So now I give some statement. Okay, done. So he has to just work for some hours. But after the work, to do so much paperwork, document work, so much. So why a clerk has to really work very hard, and this judge is not working so hard, but he is getting a fat salary, and I am getting very. Why it is so? The reason is here mentioned, because he is discharging higher of duty, higher nature of duty. Who? Judge. So human being body for discharging a duty of higher nature. Duty of higher nature. The duty of higher nature is the work for self-realization. The need for self-realization here mentions. Nobody. So see, we will also become old in Krishna, but the knowledge remains the same. Our deep faith in knowledge older and older. We should not be superficial. Learning the same book, we should be ready to read this book, because the self-realization is such a matter. The Gyanis, they spend whole life to just research about what is Sat and Asat. And the yogis are simply trying to meditate upon the Supreme. They're first finding, then they will meditate. So, and the bhaktas, they are simple people. They are living in this world, but they are told about the highest truth. They have nothing much to perform as austerity. Jada austerity bhi nahi hai hamara. But our philosophy is very high, because we are trying to go through the Acharya Parampara. And bhakti is not a material work, it is spiritual work. So therefore Krishna, material work means somebody, material, you enjoy, forget God, and enjoy, and you leave. Bhoga and Tyaga. This is material thing. Bhoga and Tyaga. This is material word, means Bhoga and Tyaga. God, after becoming frustrated and enjoying this world, you want to become God, that is Jnani, or you forget God and try to enjoy the objects of this world, that is Karmi. That is Bhog and Tyag, actually. So our duty is higher. We have to perform the higher duty. So this is important. So Srila Prabhupada also mentions, okay, now if you allow you to fill your stomach also, she will put impediment there also. How she will put impediments? Like we can know, there are a lot of starvation. We in human society we have heard so many times that so many countries you find starvation going on. People have a campaign, or you can say they have movement, how to care for poor people. समाज सेवा, समाज सेवा है कि नहीं, दरिद्र नारायण सेवा. India में दरिद्र नारायण सेवा was there. Prabhupada used to say at his time. So now also going on. Give for a like sponsor for a child, or you can say feed a hungry stomach. Such kind of slogans are there. So why this is there? Humans have all strength, all intelligence to grow their food and eat nicely, have refined culture. This like last time I was giving example. Your prasadam plate, our prasadam plate never goes flying anywhere. But in animal kingdom, other animal can come and just snatch away the food of other animal. But in humans, it does not happen. Why? Because we are having a refined consciousness. We know my plate is different and his plate is different. We should not fight. Okay, so humans, they suffer due to insomnia. Insomnia means due to less sleep, they are not able to sleep. Then we also have problem reaction of our work. Yes, because if you do wrong thing, so then we suffer. If you do wrong thing, we suffer. So humans in animal kingdom, it does not come out because they have no such God has not made them that they have to suffer because of their wrong activity. They cannot understand what is wrong, what is right. They will simply do like a machine. Animal body simply follow like a machine. But humans, if they follow like whatever they desire, so then if they commit mistakes, they commit sinful activities, they have to suffer. They must suffer. So then a lot of suffering is there now. We can see animals do not suffer stress, tension. Hai. In nowadays, you find many people like we have modern culture which is growing very fast. And other side, there are many people who are drawing some machines or some technology to find out what are the defects in modern civilization. Like we have this earphone which we can put directly in ears. Here it's just no need no wireless earphone. Okay, now they have made some machine which can find out what are the waves, how much waves are coming near your ears. Already machine was there, means now they are trying to do the analysis or survey. So then they put near the ears, they found out the Bluetooth earphone which is having maximum number of waves coming, and then it is going to cause problem for our brain. Now one place it was devised, this new technology was devised. Other place the people, they are finding out the fault in that. So then what to be done? Humans are suffering actually. If I use it, I suffer. If I don't use it, then I suffer in what other way? Though others are using, I'm not using. So this is a human's fate. We get a lot of diseases also like AIDS and cancer, obesity. Doctors in the clinic, there are a lot of people are lining. See, we devotees, sometimes we may know or may not know that many people are very critically suffering, in terms of they have very critical diseases. They do not know how they have got this, like diabetes, very critical. Some people have diabetes, cannot eat only. Some people have cancer, cannot live only properly. All the medications are very tough. And diseases are really very horrible. Many diseases are horrible nowadays. So even though we may want to live very happily, but the nature is not allowing us to simply live to fill our stomach. She is causing problem even or filling our stomach. There is another kind of problem. Like some people have a lot of money, but they don't spend money for keeping their health proper. They keep on looking, okay, I have to teach my children, educate my children, I have to worry about my big home and big co-status. So then they keep on keeping the money, storing the money. So then but still their greed keeps on increasing. That is another problem. Animals, they don't accumulate anything. They find wherever the food is, they find and they eat. Humans, they have tendency to accumulate. So that is another problem. Their greed never keeps them quiet and still. Greed always makes them active to find out more and more food, more and more commodity to enjoy. So humans, once we go away from God and we try to follow our natural animalistic tendency, so we, rather than enjoying, we suffer actually. So this is the conclusion. So we suffer actually. And moderns here in DYS, that eating, sleeping, mating, defending, these four activities are common among humans and animals. So they have just simply made us polished animals. Prabhupada mentions in the paper, polished animals. They have not changed the purpose of our living, but they have changed the form of our living. What is the form of our living? Okay, now earlier we were living in hut, now we are living in a skyscraper building. Earlier we were eating nice food, means nice food only. Now we are eating so-called nice food. So, but polished food. So then it is again changing the form, but not the purpose. We are living now. We are living in with a very selfish purpose. Now you find like we have mobiles, we have internet, but what is the greatest search on internet about sex? Unfortunate condition. People search for sex a lot. So what is the mentality of the human beings have now grown to? They have more facilities, but now with the more facilities, they are looking towards degradation, because facility don't uplift the man, but the purpose for which a man is living, that purpose has been given here. Ishavashamidam, or self-realization. That purpose, when we forget, so then we automatically degrade towards lower species. Because lower species are simply, they want sex, food, defense, and sleep. So we will also be doing the same thing if we do not look for self-realization. Automatically it happens. It happens. We can see in even devotee life. If we do not cultivate self-realization, ultimately we'll go through these paths. Bas, finish. So like that. So there are two goals of human beings, that is money and sense gratification. Okay, we'll go ahead. Yes. Consequences of neglecting the responsibilities of human life. Yes. Who can read? Yes. Dipali Mataji. Yes, you can read.
We are given this human form of life, not to work hard like asses, swine, and dogs, but to attain the highest perfection of life. If we do not care for self-realization, the laws of nature force us to work very hard, even though we may not want to do so. Human beings in this age have been forced to work hard like asses and bullocks that pulls carts. Some of the regions where the Asuras are sent to work are revealed in this verse of Sri Ishopanishad. If a man fails to discharge his duties as a human being, he is forced to transmigrate to the Asura planets and take birth in the degraded species of life to work hard in ignorance and darkness.
Okay, we'll discuss. So, if we are given this human form, not to work like नायम देहो देव भाजाम निर्लोके कष्टान कामान रहते बिड बुझामिये तपो दिव्यम पुत्र का येन सत्वम शुद्ध्यति अस्मात् ब्रह्म सौख्यम तो अनंतम. There also Rishabdev is teaching to 100 sons. This is the duty of parents actually. See, we when we read the sixth canto, it is mentioned Daksha was very angry with Narad Muni. You misguided my students or children. They were grown up basically. You misguided my children. So, if Daksha could have given this knowledge like Rishabdev had given, all these fifth cantos, fifth chapter shlokas, if he could have spoken to his sons before sending them for tapasya, then Narad Muni would have become very happy because they could have decided their life or goal very easily. Why did Narad Muni not go to the sons of Rishabdev? Because they were already guided by the Rishabdev. But Daksha did not do, so therefore Narad Muni went, and then he was cursed for that you will not stay at any place. You have to always keep roaming here and there. Narad Muni, for him, it was a benediction. But Daksha was very angry that how could you mispreach or misdirect my children? They had to go through sense gratification, and after enjoying for so many years, when they get frustrated, they could have come to a spiritual path. But you have now dismantled whole Vedic path. You are asadhu. You do not know how to live a life. You are misguiding our children. Okay. Narad Muni did not misguide. His sons were very qualified. Narad Muni just spoke some analogy, some allegorical things, and then they picked up very fast. So this is the thing actually. If one is studying in IIT college, and if he's simply going there and looking for food, oh, give me food, give me food, give me food. IIT is not for food. IIT is, giving example, IIT is like a premier college where you can have a lot of facilities while studying also, and then after passing out, you will have a good job. In the similar way, human body is like a premier body. It has to be utilized for a very high purpose. We should not misunderstand the purpose of human life. In today's time, we are misunderstanding. in terms of looking for material acquisition and material talents, we are using this body. And sometimes we say, I'm not able to do, I will commit suicide, or I'm frustrated. So Srila Prabhupada used to say, that is not human responsibility. Human responsibility is for self-realization. Okay. So here, topic of self-realization, Bhagavad Gita. So one of the Indian boy, he was studying there. He raised his hand, Swamiji, what are you teaching? Today is the age of technology. We are advancing by technology. And he's an Indian boy. It's a time for tech. I have come from India here, not to beg for anything. I have come here to give our Sanatan Dharma culture to these people. When I was coming, Ram Krishna, their followers, they told me that you change to short pant, coat, suit, boot, because you're going to America. They may not receive your message properly unless you change your dress. I said, I will go in dhoti kurta and I will teach them how to wear dhoti kurta. I will not change myself. So this is a situation actually. Yeah, when we go, this is when we see some foreigners, devotees are exception, but outside people, when they see some foreigner, so they become very much, oh, I have to become like him, or he's a very impressive guy, or he's earning a lot, he's from developed country. But we never see from a spiritual vision actually how much is they are really spiritually realized people, because we ourselves are pursuing material growth, so we see with the same kind of perception which we have. Srila Prabhupada says that human beings in this age have been forced to work hard. Like, yes, this is also correct. Prabhupada used to say the Brahmanas are working, they are running rickshaw चला रहे हैं ब्राह्मण, उनको शास्त्र पढ़ना चाहिए, but they are running rickshaw. This is happening. We can see that even today's culture is so disastrous that everyone has been forced to work hard. Like at our times, in early classes, like 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, we used to simply play and study also. Now these people, they have put like IIT, the foundation course, they have ingrained this course till 8th class. Earlier it was studied in 11th and 12th, but they thought now what these children are doing, they're wasting their time. Let us ingrain this course in early classes also. So they have brought it till 8th class also, that you have to study about IIT in 8th class. Now they will bring it to 5th class also. Means from bachpan se practice karo ki kya banna hai tumko. How much we are mad after material goals and how much we are forgetful of spiritual goal. Very simple. We can see how the society is going, progressing. What are their goals? What are their actions? We can see and we can learn from them that what they are doing basically. So this is what man is failing to discharge his human duty, and so he will be going towards Asurya planet. Now he is going to America or big countries. After that, he will go to Assyria Lok. Ticket is already booked. Ticket has been booked now. Okay. Yes. Kishore Madhav Prabhuji, can you read now from here?
Unsuccessful attempt versus no attempt. In the Bhagavad Gita 6.41 to 43, it is stated that a man who enters upon the path of self-realization but does not complete the process, despite having sincerely tried to realize relationship with God, is given a chance to appear in the family of Suchi or Shrimat. The word such indicates a spiritually advanced Brahmana, and Shrimat indicates a Vaishya, a member of mercantile community. So the person who fails to achieve self-realization is given a better chance in his next life due to his sincere effort in this life. If even a foreign candidate is given a chance to take birth in a respectable and noble family, one can hardly imagine the status of one who has achieved success. By simply attempting to realize God, one is guaranteed birth in a wealthy or aristocratic family. But those who do not even make an attempt, who want to be covered by illusion, who are too materialistic and too attached to material enjoyment, must enter into the darkest region of hell. As confirmed throughout the Vedic literature, such materialistic asuras sometimes make a show of religion, but their ultimate aim is to material prosperity. The Bhagavad Gita 16.7 and 18 rebukes such men by calling the Atma Sambhavita, meaning that they are considered great only on the strength of deception and are empowered by the votes of uh, the ignorant and by their own material wealth. Such asuras devoid of self-realization and knowledge of Isavasya, the world's universal proprietorship are certain to enter into darkest region.
Okay. So, Prabhupada said, don't do Atmaha. Don't simply work for your belly. Automatically, you'll be forced by nature to go in a wrong direction. You will commit sins and you will never be able to satisfy your belly also. Lot of problem nature will put for that. And ultimately, you will go to Asurya Loka. Asurya Loka. There you will go. So now he is telling us what will happen when you try to liberate your soul. Let us see that. So then he quotes from Bhagavad Gita, Kalyanakrit. Kalyanakrit means auspicious work. This is called Kalyanakrit. So we should do auspicious work. What is the auspicious? Krishna consciousness is the most auspicious work for devotees. So other people can also follow the other paths. If they are not liking for Krishna consciousness, at least they can follow the Vedic path like Jnana Yoga and other Dhyana Yoga. So Krishna mentions that those who complete 20-30% of their bhakti in this life and somehow they die having surely some material desires they may be having, no issue. Cultivated 20-30% of bhakti, now we will go to Devalok, Swargalok, and there we will enjoy for thousands of years. Like it is said that 10,000 years. And the facilities in the Swargalok are almost, you can say, 10,000 times greater than what we find here. 10,000 times. We cannot imagine how many facilities are there in, and how much it is in heavenly planet. So sometimes we think why Krishna has not given us so much facility in material world. Don't worry. If we really want to enjoy material facility, we can go to heavenly planet. That is also there. But then we have to do it on the risk of our own choice. We have to go, then we will miss this chance of golden age. Yeah? This is because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's golden age is there. Even demigods are lining to take birth as a human, and we are lining to go out from here and then go to them. So basically, they are having a lot of enjoyment. After enjoying from that place, we will again Chinne Punya Marta Lokam Vishanti, again we will fall down to earthly planet and will be born in a Brahman family or aristocratic family, some Vaishya family. Will be born. And then you will have a lot of knowledge in Brahman family, lot of sanskara. In if we are not very much advanced in previous life, so then we will be born in a Srimat family, means Vaishya family, where a lot of wealth will be there. So Krishna will again help us to advance. Like, see, in families where a lot of wealth is there, the children need not to worry about the job. They have to simply learn good things from their parents and from Guru, and then continue ahead their life. Because job is fixed. Already Papa ka paas job hai, father has job. After father retires, he will do job. And Brahmanas people, they are very simple people. They are quite intelligent also. If they want to search for material prosperity, they can also get material prosperity, but they generally search for spiritual prosperity. So therefore, even if we do not get success while cultivating Krishna consciousness in this life, next life we'll go to heavenly planet, and then from there again we descend to earthly planet and become born in either Brahmanical family or Vaishya family, Srimat family. Okay. And those who have cultivated like 90% of devotional service, they will be born in Acharya family. Like Srila Prabhupada gives his own example and his Guru's example that we are born in Acharya family. So Acharya family means only little bit is remaining to complete our devotional service. See, Srila Prabhupada is Nitya Siddha. Just to give some example for that verse, he is quoting his name, but he's not like a conditioned soul, or he has not completed his bhakti. He's already completed. He has come to give us bhakti. to teach us the path of bhakti. But anyway, he's giving example that those who are born in Acharya family, they are very much advanced in previous life, and now they will just complete it. So this is there. So if even a fallen candidate is given a chance to take birth in a respectable and noble family, one can hardly imagine the status of one who has achieved success. Yes, correct. So one who has achieved success, he has a lot of good fortune waiting for him. Yeah. So this is also called yatna saithilyam, means basically to see from other angle. If somebody is little slack in spiritual practice, like everybody cannot be at very fast speed going towards back to God, because living entity and bhakti is a voluntary process. It does not forces too much. It just gives the knowledge to a spiritual master, and then one has to decide. So we are all living entities. We are conditioned from many lives. So we may decide our path is a slower path. We have certain desires. We want to fulfill certain desires, but still we are in bhakti. So then Krishna said, don't worry, these things will be done. But again, Acharyas mentioned and Shastra also mentioned it has to be done at our own risk. That we are going now to higher planet, we will now miss the chance. Again, we will be born in Kali Yuga. After 10,000 years, we will be born again. So then very less opportunity for us to go back home, back to Godhead. Okay. And Krishna also mentions in 16th chapter, Atma Sambhavit. These are the people, who are these people? They are politicians. Now, some politicians, what they do, now see, if politician comes to some sabha and says, okay, happy Janmashtami, हम आप सबको अच्छी शुभकामनाएं देते हैं, we are giving you the good blessings, that you celebrate Janmashtami very nicely, or Ram Navami, or Dasahara, or Vijayadashmi, whatever त्यौहार Indian comes, you just celebrate nicely. We just say, okay, you say. Then so many people will come and they will smile. Oh, our minister has spoken nice statement. So now, this kind of people, when they will go to Muslims, they will say, happy Ramzan. Then again, 40, 50 people will come and show their face. Oh, very nice minister. And then Christians, okay, happy Christmas. So these politicians, they are actually not interested in self-realization. They are interested in what? Just to gain the vote. Vote chahiye. They want vote. They are just making show of religion. That is what Prabhupada is saying. Ki some Matli Asura sometimes make show of religion. But these people will also, where they will go? They will also go there only. But he will say, I encourage so many Muslims, I encourage so many Hindus. You encourage for giving votes, not encourage for following religion. What is your practice in religion? You don't have practice. So these politicians are also like demons actually, because Asura Namte Loka, they are also going to that place. Because they are simply creating a deception. People are not knowing. People know that why he has come, but they are creating a deception in themselves and in others. Okay, we'll go ahead. The conclusion is that the human beings we are meant not simply for solving economic problem on the tottering platform, but for solving all the problems of material life into which we have been placed by the laws of nature. Yes, this Kamala Dala Jala Jivana Talamala. Kamala Dala Jala Jivana Talamala. So who says? Govinda Das, one of the Vaishnacharya, what he says, that Kamala Dala Jala, like on the lotus petal, there are some water droplet. What is the time duration? How long this water droplet can remain on that leaf? Nobody knows, because of that petal. Because the petal of lotus is very slippery and it can fall down anytime. So our material platform is very slippery. Anytime we can die. Anytime any wrong can happen, and then our all facilities are taken away. So Srila Prabhupada says, only if we are engaged for economics, solving economic problem on tottering platform, it's a tottering platform. Kamala Dala Jala Jivana Talamala. Then what will happen? then law of nature will come into action, and so we have to then suffer. So thus it ends this chapter. Any question from anyone's side? Any question? Yes, Yamuna Vilas Prabhuji, yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my
Hare
question
Krishna,
is,
yeah.
you mentioned about IIT students, like now the foundation course begins from 8th standard. So we can see that how much effort people are putting towards material goal or achievement. But the same amount of effort we don't put for self-realization or spiritual goal. So what is the main reason behind that?
Oh, what is the main reason behind it? See, main reason Shastra only is explaining. Now, can we say there is a lack of scriptures in this world? Can we say there is lack of good knowledge? Yes, to some extent, Srila Prabhupada is to say we have to preach, we have to educate people. But even after doing so, people are not ready to take. It means they are more enamored by material advancement. Bhayam dutya abhinivesata syat. So, when we forget our own identity, viparyayo asmriti. When we forget our own identity, and then asmriti means we forget of Krishna, and viparyayo means we identify ourselves as a body or product of this world. So when we identify ourselves as body and product of this world and we forget Krishna, then we become attracted towards Maya. Or Maya starts appearing very lucrative, very attractive. And then because we have forgotten Krishna, we have forgotten ourselves. And so material desires are there. We don't want to get rid of material desire because no inclination or no knowledge about soul, no knowledge about God. So we don't want to get out of it. So automatically we want to become attracted to the material lurkings or material things of the world automatically. So even though the knowledge, so many times it is given, Srila Prabhupada mentions because of stubbornness, stubborn obstinacy. Srila Prabhupada mentioned in Kunti Maharani prayer, stubborn obstinacy. And that stubborn obstinacy comes with, I don't want to change. Why? Because I have done a lot of papa. Yesham tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam. Te dvanda moha nirmukna. So Krishna says, unless we have done pious activities, very little inclination is there to go towards God. Unless we have done pious activity. Sanskaras are very bad. Kali Yuga, so much bombardment is also there. Yeah, one thing is we are unfortunate, we can say, in Kali Yuga. Prayanal Payusha Sabdya Kalavasmi Yuge Jana Mand Sumand Matayo Mand Bhagya. We are Mand Bhagya in this age. That is correct. Mand Bhagya means lot of popularity of wrong things are there, and that is legal popularity, legalized by the government, that you do this, you keep this thing, wrong thing on billboard, you keep this wrong thing in television, you keep this wrong thing in education, you keep this wrong thing in food, you keep this wrong thing in relationship, everything is legalized. So then people who are coming with a very little sanskar of goodness or some pious activity, they will be surely get attracted towards these wrong things. As kusanga, asat sanga. So this is the biggest problem actually. If government is good, Srila Prabhupada is to say, unless the good government comes, you forget peace, you forget prosperity. Unless good government comes, Krishna conscious government. We are trying to preach very hard, but how many people we can change? Unless the good government comes, who spreads the religion, who removes all such nonsense from the society, then you see people will progress like anything. Surely they will progress. But we are like our preaching, we are preaching so that we have to work so hard. Like we go to the colleges. This college or slaughterhouse, legal maintained, and we have to go and take permission to take out some boys. Just imagine the whole college has Mangal Aarti, the whole college has a Prashadam, the whole college has discussion on Bhagavad Gita. then how much effort I need to put? Little. Because everybody is aware of Krishna consciousness or what they have to do. So problem is this, in this atheistic government civilization, atheistic modern civilization, we have to put a lot of effort to educate people. And many times our energy is drained out because we are not so devotive anyway. They are not very famous also. And we need not to be very famous also. We should simply do our basic, humble, simple service to Lord Krishna. But these materialist people, they are simply looking towards who is a hero, who is this, who is that, and they are going towards like a moth entering into the fire. They'll be burned down, finished. So the whole problem is our society, first thing. Second thing, the people are non-pious. Third thing, they are stubborn. They don't want to listen. So many temples are there. Why don't they go to temple of Vishnu and they learn something? They don't want. Even if they come with their girlfriends. What you will learn with that association? Something will go in his mind, surely. So nowadays, people are doing wrong things openly. So then somebody has to educate them. Baba, ये गलत है. और गलत तुम्हारे लिए, तुम बाबा जी हो या तुम पुराने जमाने के हो. We are from new society. This is what we have to do. So this is the stubbornness, obstinacy. Due to sinful activities, they have become so much stubborn, like Hiranyakashipu. So if good king comes, डंडा मारना चाहिए पहले तो, डंडा मार के और धर्म का पालन कराना चाहिए. और जितने भी अधर्मी हो उनको बोलना चाहिए नहीं करोगे तो इधर शस्त्र और शास्त्र. सिंपल, शस्त्र और शास्त्र, very simple. See, people, they cannot go much against government. Right now, government is not strict, so they are all roaming here and they are doing it. Once the government becomes strict, now you just see how they have to eat food. Now they have to live in this country only. Otherwise, they have to leave the country. They will follow. They must follow. So this is the whole thing actually. So therefore, there lies a great responsibility on our head also. The Srila Prabhupada used to say that we are creating Brahmanica society to guide the whole world, to create the system of administration in this world. Who will be the government? Who will be the Brahmanas? Who will be the Guru? Who will be the Mantri? We have to do so to a certain extent, actually. Yes. Next question. So to some extent, I could have answered.
Thank you, Prajit.
Okay.
Can I?
After Kishore Madhaprabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, I have two questions. One is say Atma, that means killer of soul, correct? Na? So we say killer of soul, but in our Bhagavad Gita, it is said that soul cannot be killed or deteriorated or something like that. But still we see killer of soul, correct? So this is my one question. Second question, with reference to what we just mentioned, basically, it has been already said in Shastra that in Kali Yuga, our life is going to deteriorate and deteriorate and deteriorate, correct? Na? But irrespective of whatever effort we make to make it a good Krishna conscious society, correct? Na? Can we actually overcome and change the course of future direction? Is it possible, or as written in Shastra, is others also going to deteriorate only?
Okay. First question already I have answered. We have to take the metaphorical meaning of killer of the soul. Like here in this verse of 11th canto also, they are saying like a metaphorical things. Like there's a boat and there is a captain. So metaphorical. It's not that these things are existing actually. Guru is somewhere else. He's not sitting like a means he's there, but it's a metaphorical. It's a metaphorical. Like if you say that in Kurukshetra there was a war, so really it happened. But I am not seeing that I am sitting in the boat and Guru is like a captain and the favorable breezes are coming. So these are given as analogies that in this way you are supported. So this is metaphorical. So Atmaha means we are killing the consciousness of the soul to serve God or to work for self-realization. That is Atmaha. We are simply trying to do sense gratification. So we are losing the opportunity for releasing this soul from this material body and taking it back to God. We are losing this opportunity. It means we are killing. And once we lose, then we have to go to evolutionary cycle, again become animal, then another animal. It takes a lot of many millions of years. Second question. Yes, I checked with even Maharaj, Bhakti Swami Maharaj also, this question what you had asked. can we change the whole thing? He said that sins will also increase and holy name will also increase together, because those will not take to this process, they will be committing sin, because 4 regulatory principles will be broken by those people, and they will be spreading the sins. And those who become devotees, they will come under the umbrella of ISKCON, start following the process, they will be going towards the liberation, path of liberation. So these both things will keep going ahead. But yes, it is mentioned that the golden age will come, but nobody can immediately guess about it, what is spoken in the scripture. But Srila Prabhupada has given some hints, some duties to all of us, that we should become qualified, because when he says that ISKCON can guide the whole world, means what? ISKCON's first guide able to means guide oneself, and the problems in the ISKCON, it should be nicely dealt, then we can deal with others also. We should be having knowledge of the 4 varnas, ashramas. Prabhupada wanted that also. So unless good king comes, you forget. The good king has to come, otherwise you keep on preaching, nothing much will happen. Because preaching, Prabhupada only said, I am not saying, Prabhupada only said in the one of the lecture, unless good king comes, you forget peace and prosperity in the society. Because he has everything, na? He is a leader, Baba. He is a leader. He can do a lot of things. So therefore, devotees, one among devotees, he has to become king, and then he has to create the culture of Vaishnavism, culture of Dharma. Then it will proceed nicely. Otherwise, little difficult. Okay. Yes. Next. Who is there? Yeah, Aruna Pal. Yes, Mata.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, you mentioned that sometimes we are so much pious, and that is why we have inclination towards God. But what I have observed, that even when people come to Krishna consciousness, initially they practice very nicely, but still after a few years, they lose that taste and they lose inclination towards God or Krishna consciousness. What could be the reason for it?
No, that piety which Krishna mentions, Yesam Twandagatam Papam, Jananam Punya Karmanam, according to Bhakti Tattva, that is devotional piety. Because there are many people who are highly pious materially, but they don't come to Bhakti. So that Krishna mentions about piety is a devotional piety. Sukriti, Bhakti Unmukh Sukriti. So, yes, devotional service has to be done under the guidance of a spiritual master. And so the association with the spiritual master has to be again and again reinforced. Srila Prabhupada, and many purport he has mentioned, bhakti means we have to do under guidance of a pure devotee, and we have to take his association. Now in our ISKCON circle also, there are so many Shiksha Gurus are there. They are trying to reinforce the same association through their teachings. We are forgetful living entities, and we are also committing a lot of mistakes because of previous sanskara. So what is the protection? Protection is knowledge. Protection is sangha. Protection is our daily routines. Protection is our determination, our vows. Vows, we follow vows. So these are the protection. We have to take this protection shield, and then we have to work in this world. So Ado Guru Padashray. The beginning of bhakti is always try to take shelter of Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, preeminent Siksha Guru, and then other gurus, Siksha and Diksha Guru. So those who take not only externally, but internally. Okay, therefore our beginning of class happens with the mantras, chanting mantras to Gurudev. Everything, the process is based upon surrender. We are surrendering to Gurudev. Mangalarti begins with Guru Ashtakam. So they are close to the Lord and we are far from the Lord. So by connecting ourselves, by hearing from them, by glorifying them, by listening to them, by following the instructions, we are now closer to them. And that is bringing our devotional piety. It is increasing, even though we may not have from last life, but now we can have. In this way we can go ahead. Okay, Hers, Prasannatma Prabhu, yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, my question is, as we studied in the last purport that Prabhupada said that if he completed 20 to 30% devotion, then he goes to heavenly planet and then come back again. But I also read many times in Prabhupada lectures that Prabhupada saying that if you chant 16 rounds and follow 4 regulatory principles, then I will take you back to Godhead. So if someone has completed only 20-30% and he's chanting 16 rounds, completed and following 4 regulatory principles under the guidance of authority, then still he will go to heavenly planets, or how to understand these two things?
Test is with ourselves. Srila Prabhupada is to say, no need to do big analysis. Test is with ourselves. Whether we have become free from material desire. That is a test. Test is with ourselves. So if we are chanting 16 on following 4 regulative principles, at the time of death, we can check, I am free from material desires. No, then we will ourselves will say to the Lord, my Lord, I have not been free. How I can, but I want to get free. See, there are two things are there. I want to get free. And then if we have this desire, I want to get free, then Krishna will give many opportunity for us to elevate ourselves while we are living. But we will lose all those opportunity. Thinking on, I want to enjoy life. And at last moment, if you want to say, my Lord, I really did lot of mistakes. I lost. So then that time, if such awakening comes, then like Bharat Maharaj also in the deer's body, he was lamenting, and then he was given another human body to go back to body, because he did not complete his bhakti in that deer's body or before Bharat body. So we will be given a human body depending upon our sincerity at that time. Antakale chamameva. If we really remember devotees and Prabhupada and Krishna and say, I really lost my senses, I lost my time, please forgive me, please give me shelter. So then Krishna may give us another human body. He may not send us to heavenly planet. We have to say that time, I don't want to go heavenly planet. We have to really internally, heart with heart, we have to say, I don't want to go, my Lord, don't send me heavenly planet, even though I know I have not completed my bhakti, but please give me association of devotees anywhere so that I can practice nicely. Then Krishna will not send us. Otherwise, those who are very not connected much, not hearing much, somehow doing their rounds. But even 16 rounds is not very easy, I'm saying. If those who are doing attentively, it's not easy to continue whole life. It's not easy. Follow 4 relative principles and 16 rounds. If somebody can do what Prabhupada is saying is correct, it's not easy. It's not easy. So this is you can say like a father says to the child, once you clear this class, I will give you a new bat and ball, or I will give you a nice bike or cycle. But that class exam is so tough. He has to study a lot. He has to show that I have to be sincere. Without that, I cannot continue. I cannot pass. So this is what Prabhupada has given. In Kali Yuga, 16 mala bhi aasan nahi hai. At least whole life. But we must have to do. We must do. And still we have to face so many anarthas issues. That is another thing. So it is like that. So I told both the answer that if we have desires and we want to go ahead with that desire, then Swargalok. But if you have desire, but we at last moment we say, lament to Krishna, please forgive me. Please, there are many devotees, they lamented in their great sannyasis who fell down, later they lamented. And then sometimes Srila Prabhupada himself, like one Maharaj, he got cancer, and then Prabhupada had spoken that if you help me in this way, I will personally, like Prabhupada said, those who distribute my books, I personally come and take them to spiritual world. So Prabhupada had personally told those things. But I mean to say that Prabhupada also mentions in Bhagavatam purport, if devotee commits sin, he has to again take birth. So then personally, Prabhupada may give some promise to certain devotees, but in general, the tattva remains that we have to be careful. It may not happen with all of us. If we do the wrong things, so we may have to take next birth. But if the Guru personally takes responsibility, I will protect you, then it is separate thing. So therefore, while living, we should serve some great soul. And we should not again give them tension that, okay, you have to come and release me from this material world next life. So that is also Srila Prabhupada did not want. That if you do not practice properly, next life again I have to come and I have to release all of you from here. So then we have to also worry about the Guru's trouble, which they are going to face after coming into this world. And another thing was, if we practice 16 rounds, attentive, 4 legs, then you see yourself, you will become Mahatma. ये महात्मा बन, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये बहुत बड़ा चीज है. 16 माला भी करना आसान, और एकादशी के दिन भी थोड़ा और एक्स्ट्रा माला, आसान नहीं है सब चीजें, बट वी हैव टू प्रैक्टिस. यस माता जी, यस प्रेरणा माता जी, यस yes.
So, Prabhuji, what happens that we hear in lectures very big things like scriptural injections we hear in the lectures, and as a practicing sadhaka, we try to apply them in our personal life. So, but what happens that our anarthas are more spontaneous than our scriptural knowledge, and our thoughts come in between our application and what we have heard. So it's very difficult because sometimes we commit an offense, and within a fraction of second we realize that, oh, how I have done this. So when this propensity and these anarthas will be get removed, and what is the easiest way to wholeheartedly follow the scriptural and Guru's instruction? That is my question. So not to nourish the demon within us.
Krishna also says, Arjuna asked the same question. Krishna, you are saying this is the right path, righteous path, why don't other people take? He says, Arjuna, what to be done? Even Jnanis don't follow, even though they know what they have to do. Why? Swabhav. Swabhav is very strong. Our natures are very strong. So we have been, Prabhupada used to say, we have been in material world since time immemorial. So we have been attacked by this Swabhava, even though we know what is right. Knowledge itself is not, you can say, enough to make us follow everything. Purification is enough. Unless purification happens, knowledge itself is not enough. And how purification will happen? Chanting, serving. So knowledge is there, but we cannot practice. Krishna says in 11th canto also, my devotees, they know what is sense gratification. They may not like it, but they are indulged into it. They know it is waste of time. It is simply degrading my consciousness, but still they cannot avoid. They have knowledge, but they cannot practice because they are not purified yet. So purification is required, and that is through devotional service. The more we'll do devotional service, the same knowledge will be digested. We may be eating a lot, but not getting fatter or healthier because there may be some problems. In the similar way, these anarthas, they don't allow the knowledge to digest very easily. And another thing, they force us to commit mistakes and offenses. So that is our plight, what to be done. So Prabhupada said, do your bhakti with the intense bhakti. Intense bhakti, because bhakti is only the solution. Process is devotional service. The more we do, the more we will be purified. Then that knowledge will start working. So alone knowledge cannot do anything. Otherwise, 6th canto simply says that big yogis, knowledge of jnanis, they cannot clean their material tendencies. Only kechit kevalaya bhaktya vasudeva parayana, one who has become vasudeva parayan, he can only remove all the sins, all the inclination, vasudeva parayan. But kechit, very few are such people. Very few are such people. Kechit kevalaya bhaktya vasudeva parayana agam dhunvanti kashniya niharam iva bhaskara. All the sins will dry away or go away. Like the fog, if comes, we cannot do anything to remove the fog. We have to wait till sun comes. Yes, we cannot do anything. This is our situation. We know there is a fog. I cannot see. I cannot go ahead. We cannot do anything. We have to wait. In a similar way, And as soon as the sun comes, this fog cannot remain. So we have to wait for Krishna's sun to rise in our heart through the devotional practice. And then when Krishna's sun started rising, this all sins will leave our heart immediately. So we have to wait till Nishtha stage comes. After Nishtha, the things becomes very easy. But till the Nishtha, it's a very hard work. It's a hard work. Anartha Nivritti is very hard work. Everyone is going through it and everyone understands. But one has to go through it. There is no easy way. Bhakti is also a process, gradual process, Prabhupada says. If Prabhupada could have mentioned it's a fast process, then no question would have come. It's a gradual process. We have to accept the truth. Okay, we'll go ahead. अनेजदेकं मनसोजवीयो नयन देवा आप्नुवं पूर्वमर्ष तद्धावतो अन्यानत्येति तिष्ठ तस्मिन्नपो मातरिश्वा दधाति. Okay, before that I will go to this. Yes, so this we learned. Now the three sutras have been complete. We have learned we have to follow Ishavasya, what is the benefit and what are the demerits. Now the next thing is section is opening now. Mahabhagavat spiritual vision. Okay, now I have understood I have to follow the Lord. Then I have to understand him also. If you want to understand Lord, you should have a spiritual vision. Simply, therefore, this first verse is also telling with material, lot of power and position, we cannot understand or approach Lord. First verse, which is Achintya and Atarka. Lord is inconceivable beyond our limited understanding. First thing was told, follow Lord. Second thing, follow Lord. And then second thing now it is told, how to understand Lord. Lord is inconceivable beyond our limited understanding. So don't speculate. Speculate mat karo. जो बताया जाए वो सीख लो बस. फिर आगे बोला गया अनुपश्यतः एक आत्मन्य and ekatvam, that is a mantra 6 and 7. These are all coming from one section. How to understand Lord with spiritual vision, and this vision has been given by Mahabhagavat. Mahajano yena gatha sapanta. We have to understand the process of bhakti or the Lord by following in the footstep of Mahajanas. So they are teaching us who is the Lord, developing an equal vision to see everything in relation with the Lord, and then attaining the Lord who has the divine qualities. That is mantra 8. So this is what till 8th verse we are going to learn. What are the Mahabhagavat spiritual vision? Because without spiritual vision we cannot understand Lord, and unless we understand Lord we cannot follow him for a long time. First Lord told, I am the supreme proprietor, know me, and this is set aside for you, follow, take it, and don't go wrong way. Now he is telling, now you have to understand me also. Who am I? Okay, so now we are going to do this thing. So, okay, you can see your books also. These all things are given. The word meaning. Although fixed in his abode, the personality of God is swifter than the mind and can overcome all the other runnings. The powerful demigods can't approach him. Although in one place he controls those who supply the air and rain, he surpasses all in excellence. Anejadekam manaso javiyo nayanad deva apnom purvamarsat. Here, the Lord, it is like you can imagine in your mind, like Lord is simply walking or Lord is standing at one place and some demigods are running behind him to catch him. And they are not able to catch him. If they accept the speed of mind also, they cannot catch him. But Lord is not running only. How they are not able to catch? Therefore, to know Lord or to approach Lord is not a material process. It is mentioned it's not a material process. If somebody runs with the speed of mind in this world, he can go to even the corner of the Brahmanda also. Yes, he can get out of also. Mind का speed तो भाग ही सकता है. Mind का speed कितना तेज है? है कि नहीं? But we cannot approach Lord with that. So this is mentioned here. Okay. So now you can see, therefore I said one-to-one meaning also you can see, like who are the gods who are mentioned, like god of air and god of rain. So Vayudev and this is the Indra, Lord Indra. Even such powerful gods cannot approach. So in the Kane Upanishad, I will show you. Vacham imam vadanti chakshuhu shrotram kau devo yunakti. In Kane Upanishad, what is Kena? Kena means किसके द्वारा हो रहा है. थर्ड तृतीया विभक्ति संस्कृत केन, किसके द्वारा. Kane Upanishad, who is doing what? So in the Kane Upanishad begins with this mantra. The disciple is asking, केन केन प्रेषितम, किसके द्वारा हो रहा है क्या. Why my mind is going towards the object of this world. केन केन शितम पतति प्रेषितम मनः, मन क्यों भाग रहा है सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट के पीछे. ओके. केन प्राणः प्रथम प्रयति युक्त, प्राण vital air, who is forcing vital air to function in my body, because without prana we cannot live only. So pran vayu basically forces our karma indriya. 5 karma indriya we have 5. Which are those? Hand, leg, anus, genitals, and then voice. So these 5 karma indriya. And 5 gyanendriyas, what are those? Eyes, ears, nose, skin, and taste. Tongue. 5 gyanendriyas. So these gyanendriyas are forced by our intelligence, because the gyanendriya, the leader is intelligence. Therefore, if our intelligence is very pakka, so then gyanendriyas, they are also quite pakka. What to watch, what not to watch, क्या बदबू आ रहा है, क्या सुगंध है, क्या बदबू है, what is bad smell, what is a good odor, what is tasty, what is not tasty, what I should hear, what I should not hear. So the control is done through intelligence of Gyanendriya. But Karmendriya is prana. Therefore, pranayam. Once we do pranayam, our Karmendriya becomes very active. Means we don't get lot of diseases, they go away, because we become active. The prana has become active. It was having some problem because of not doing yoga abhyas. So then it is mentioned who is forcing the prana, who is making it act. Okay, kena sitam vacham imam vadanti. Who is, by whose will and direction do man utter speech? How do the man speak? Why he speaks? Who is causing him to speak? Chakshu, shrotram. Then the shrotram is ears and chakshu eyes. So what intelligence directs them? What is that which intelligence which says that you see in this direction, you see that, you hear this, you hear that? See, sometimes these questions we may say, Arey, what is a big question? Atma is saying that where to go. No, let us first listen here. Answer is not Atma. And neither these questions are spoken or asked for superficial answers, like we say, no? Okay, vital air is forcing, because vital air is there, it's its function to force. No, the question is asked with the understanding that who is actually doing it, who is the source of everything. Mind is there, I know the function of mind. He's not simply asking the function of this object, these senses. He's asking who is giving them activities, who is causing them to act. Tell me. The Guru answered, Srotasya Srotram Manaso Yado Yad. It is the ear of ear. Vacho ha vacham sahu pranasya prana. Now see what is the answer. Answer Guru is saying, ear of ear, mind of mind, tongue of tongue, life of life. This is how the Upanishad answers. Like we hear, na? Ishwara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Sarva Karana Karan, सभी कारणों के कारण. उसी तरह ये बोला गया, ईयर ऑफ ईयर, माइंड ऑफ माइंड, So he's saying, Are that person, he is ear of ear, he is mind of mind, he is a tongue of tongue, he is life of life. Like this, answers are given. So you cannot understand. So then, to answer this, then Gurudev starts speaking a story in Ken Upanishad. He says, one time the demigods, they became very proud. They won over certain war. So then they thought, because of our power, we got this victory and we are very prosperous because of our power. This is given in Ken Upanishad, the story. So then the Brahman understood that what kind of pride is there. So then he came in a different form, in form of a yaksha. And then he was looking very beautiful. Then the demigods, one of them approached, like Agnidev, he first approached and asked, Who are you? So then Agnidev, he asked, But you tell me, who are you first? So then Agnidev said, Oh, I am a god of fire. I can burn anything. So then Yaksha, this Brahman said, Oh, you are a god of fire. Can you burn this speck of grass, small grass? So he just gave him a grass. And Agni said, Oh, I can burn. And then it did not burn. He was applying all his power, did not burn only. Then he went back. Then he told to Vayu Dev, What is this? Who has come? Please go and investigate. Who is this person? Then he also came. He also asked, Who are you? You please tell yourself. I am God of wind. I can blow away anything. I can blow away the mountain. I can blow away the planets. Anything I can do. Okay, can you blow away this speck of grass? Yes, I will do. Nothing happened. Then he also became amazed. Who is this personality? Then he also went back. Then they both went and they told to Indra that some different unique personality has come. We do not know who is this person. Can you go and investigate? But when Indra started coming, this Yaksha disappeared. And then Indra started finding out where is he, where is he. Then in search of that personality, he met Uma, the wife of Lord Shiva. And then he asked, Can you tell me about that person? Who was that personality? And then Uma says he was a Brahman. See how the talk of Upanishad say, Upanishad is not revealing everything, keeping it very, so that Jnani should not go to the goal immediately. He should speculate little. And they said that ultimately he is a Brahman. And you should understand that you became proud. And so he told you that you don't have a power of your own. Even you cannot blow away the small speck of grass. You cannot burn a small speck of grass. What to speak of doing big things or getting victory from demons? You cannot do. So ultimately the cause is a Brahman. So now the same context is taken here, that even these demigods, they may want to approach the Lord or Brahman, they cannot approach. Why? Like here they wanted to they thought that ultimately material power is coming from material source. They understood, because I am a Vayudev. So Vayudev means I am the wind of God, so I have all the power of wind. But no, if the ultimate God, Brahman, says your power is zero now you blow anything away, he cannot do. So it means the material power is not coming from material source. It is coming from Brahman, which is spiritual. So this point has been again spoken here, that how that the Supreme Lord Brahman is superior to even all the demigods. So this also establishes the position of Brahman. Okay. I will. Who can read now? Yes, Bhakti Leela Devidasi Mataji. Can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji. The purport: the Supreme Lord, who is the absolute personality of Godhead, is not knowable even to the greatest philosopher through mental speculation. He can be known only by his devotees through his mercy. In the Brahma Samhita, it is said that the non-devotee philosopher who can travel at the speed of mind or at the velocity of the air, and who can travel in space for hundreds of years, will find the absolute still far, far away from him. As described in the Upanishad, the absolute personality of Godhead has his transcendental abode known as Krishna Loka, where he remains engaged in his pastimes. But by his inconceivable potency, he can simultaneously reach every part of the creative energy. In the Vishnu Purana, This potency is compared with the light and heat of the fire. The fire can distribute its light and heat from one place, and similarly, the absolute personality of Godhead, although fixed up in his transcendental abode, can diffuse his different energies everywhere.
Okay. So first of all, Srila Prabhupada ji mentions that through mental speculation, even the greatest philosophers cannot know the Supreme Lord. So we cannot understand the Supreme Lord through mental speculation. This is the first thing to learn. And therefore, this verse has been spoken, Brahma Samhita 5.34. What is that? Panthastu koti satavatsara sampragamyo vayo rathapi manaso munipungovanam so apyasti simin vichinta tattve govindamadi purusham tamham bhajami. So panthastu koti means koti satavatsara. Koti means karon and sat means 100 karon. So for 100 karon vatsara years also, if somebody start looking for Lord with the speed of mind, they start running. Here given some figurative things, some figure is given. If you run for these many years also, you cannot approach him. It means materially it is impossible. Material, all talents will fail to reveal the Lord. One has to approach some other way. That is why Brahma Samhita is giving such a big thing. And also, Muni Pungavanam, small Munini, Muni Pungva, best of the Munis, perfect Munis. These can also try, but they cannot approach. And then again, okay, somebody can say, I think absolute truth is running very, very fast. Okay, no. Then to contradict that point is spoken next. Absolute truth is sitting at one place. एक ही जगह पे बैठे हो, कहीं घूम नहीं रहे और फिर भी नहीं पहुंच पा रहे, तो क्या है? गोलोक एवं सत्य अखिलात्मा भूतो गोविंदमादि पुरुषम तमहम भजामि. एंड एक ही जगह बैठ के क्या कर रहे हैं? एक ही जगह बैठ के sitting there he is enjoying आनंद चिन्मय रस प्रतिभाविताभिस्ताभिर एवं निज रूप तया कलाभि. तो आनंद चिन्मय रस means all the forms of the like Srimati Radharani, devotee they will not find you because the process is material, or the Lord can only be revealed by his own will, other ways to say. So that will is a devotional service. So he has devised the rule that only through devotional service I can be revealed. So therefore Prabhupada mentions here that he can only be known by his devotees through mercy. Yes, absolute truth has a transcendental abode known as Golokadan. In Vishnu Purana, his potency are compared to heat and light. What is the shloka? Vishnu Puran, I will show. एक देशस्था अग्निर ज्योतिष्णा विस्तारणी यथा परस्य ब्रह्मण शक्ति तथेदम अखिलम जगत. At one place, a fire is there, and through that fire, heat or ज्योतिष्णा विस्तारणी है. ज्योति मतलब प्रकाश. प्रकाश is going everywhere. In the similar way, Brahman is at one place, and his shaktis are expanding from him to every place of the universe, everywhere. Similar. So Vishnu Puran says that. And the next also, this is for in the Vishnu Puran. Okay. So Prabhupada mentions that heat and light, they are energies of fire. Okay. So fire is there means heat and light will be there. So here it is same. It means wherever you see the light, it means some fire is there behind it. The source is there. So absolute personality of God, although fixed in transcendental abode, can diffuse his different energies. Yes. Okay. So I will also show you 1 minute. So we can know about Panch Upasana also. What is this Panch Upasana? Because it is going to come ahead in the purport also. Today we can read a little bit about this. What is the Panch Upasana? Panch Upasana means worship of Sakti, Saurya, Ganapati, Shiva, and Vishnu. These 5 God. Sakti means Uma, Durga. So this 5 worship Panch Upasana was established by Sankaracharya. So why we are learning about it? Because we should know the whole religion in the world where we are living, the religions. Many people misunderstand whether it's the polytheistic religion. You can accept any god as your worshipper, worshipable object, or you just take one god. So many times people get confused into it. So we have to understand through this. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he analyzes this whole Panch Upasana, and this article was written by Satyaraj Das Prabhu. So he has mentioned about it. This is a long article. So I have put this yellow. So I will only read so that I can choose. People know that adherents of Indian religions believe in many divinities: Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, goddesses, and so on. And because of this, the overall tradition is commonly understood to be polytheistic. Yet it simultaneously acknowledges the existence of one supreme God known as Bhagwan, all opulent one. Paramatma, super self, Parameshwar, super control, supreme controller, and so on. The philosophy of Krishna consciousness agrees that God is one, but adds that he is many as well. God reveals himself in innumerable forms and shapes and further expands into lesser divinities and even into the entire perceivable world. See, this is very important. God reveals himself in innumerable forms and shapes and further expands into lesser divinities. Means he cannot be with a similar divinity all the time, because the people, they have different growth in their consciousness, and they need not to be in front of the supreme God immediately, and their faith is something different. They cannot have directly devotional faith. So therefore God also divides himself into many forms. In these forms the lesser divinities are found. So Krishna consciousness, all of us, we know that God divides him, like even all these are who, the Indra, Chandra, all these gods, they are basically Aham Adirhi Devanam. He says that I am the source of all the devas. So who has created the devas? Krishna only has created. Virat form, from Virat Purusha, all the devas are originating actually. Okay. So we'll go ahead here. Yes, when people born in the West are confronted with Krishna consciousness, or even Hinduism in general with its many gods, their mind generally resort to preconceived notion of polytheism in non-Abrahamic cultures worldwide. The idea of supreme godhead appears very far away, and reconciliation seems impossible. What most people don't know is that the various religious traditions of the world can be categorized within the division of Panchopasana. So now Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, it is said by the devotee now, Satyaraj Das Prabhu, but here what he's saying, when people, even in the West, when they come to non-Abrahamic Vedic religion, they become chakkar, उनके दिमाग में चक्कर हो जाता है कि यार ये वैदिक रिलीजन में एक गॉड नहीं है, बहुत सारे गॉड है, there's so many god, polytheistic god culture is there. So they don't understand, because even in India many people say na ki, I have my own god, I am Shiva's worshipper, I am Durga's worshipper. So for them the Durga is the highest, whomsoever they worship, that is highest in India. Like Muslim also, Allah is highest. They, even though they know about him or not know about him, they know we are highest. So this kind of highest understanding is always there. So now through this Pancha Upasana, we can understand where they are situated. Okay. So in short, it is a long article. Let us understand here. I was thinking I can only explain. I will explain. Let us first read and then. For the Sakta, according to Bhakti Vinod, the initial quest for spirit or Brahman is is a form of Sakta Dharma, worship of Sakti, for it recognizes nature as a divine. For the Sakta, there is more to what we see than meets the eyes. So Saktas are the first primary worshippers. The first primary level of worship starts at in Vedic culture or Pancha Upasana is Sakta. These people, they glorify Sakti very much. Nature is very good. Mountains are there. Sun is rising. Wind is blowing. So they are very much respectful for the nature, or the powers of the nature. These are Sakta. So they are worshipping Sakti. So in a more sophisticated way, this worship is for Durga. So they worship Durga. Okay, Durga is the mother. She is the Prakriti. And so we have to worship her. So because they are Sakta worshippers. Okay. So they are worshipping Sakti. Now, once if they want, now those are Sakta worshippers. But higher than that, when one's spiritual inclination matures, one understands there is a heat at the center of all. We see, we feel, we taste, we touch and smell. So whatever our senses are enjoying with sense objects, the sense objects, they are developed not without heat. The heat is there, the sun is there. So then they understand, okay, behind food also, because all living beings are living with their senses and they're eating food, everything is coming from sun. The sun is important. So they understand that Surya, who is the source of the sun, the sun only, the Surya Dev. So then from him, everything is coming and we are able to live. So from energy, they go to from where energy is coming? From Surya. Okay. So the Surya is coming, from him energy is coming. So they start worshipping Surya. So that Saurya Dharma comes. Okay. Then the further goes ahead. Okay, now the Surya and this material nature, they are both matter. So then they think, we have to understand the humanity more, because humans are living persons, and the nature is like, you cannot reciprocate with the nature, you cannot reciprocate with Suryas, but you can reciprocate with another man or a woman, yes, or an animal. So then after this, one realizes even the magnificent energy, great though it may be, is still just a mundane force generated from and subsisting in material world. Bhaktivinoda Thakur calls the higher realization as Ganapatya Dharma, wherein one realizes the living beings hold the secret of higher spiritual reality. Means we have to understand other living beings. Gana means people, Gana. So then the worship of Ganapati came to the prominence for those people who have gone beyond Sakti, Saurya, and now they are coming to Ganapatya Dharma. They started recognizing the human beings, the spiritual reality. The spiritual reality is soul. But still they don't understand about the soul. They understand we are living, we are discussing, we should have a religion among ourselves. Now, beyond that, then they will go. The fourth stage is the worship of purely human consciousness in the form of Lord Shiva. Okay. Now we are humans, so we all want to have some ideal person who's ideal for all the humans, or all the souls, all the divinity, all the living forces. So then it comes here, one looks for an empowered personality more like human divinity with whom one can identify. The idea of becoming one with the divine embodiment becomes desirable. We want to be like him, we want to become like him. So then impersonalism comes here. Because so then the Lord Shiva's worship is there, here, at this place. You are understanding one thing. For previously started with the nature, then it started with the energy, the Surya, from where the energy in the nature is coming, then the humans or the animate species, and then all the humans are basically some divine identity. Which is that? Where is that? Lord Shiva. But there is a higher reality still. Srila Bhaktivinoda reveals the culmination of his spiritual quest. Coming to the fifth stage, individual particle of consciousness, Jiva, the soul serves the supreme consciousness. This stage is called Vaishnava Dharma or Vaishnavism. So now Vishnu worship. So the fifth one comes Vishnu worship. Then somebody understands, okay, now the Jiva is there. What is his function? His function is to serve Lord Vishnu. So then he approaches Lord Vishnu. So this Pancha Upasana was established by Sankaracharya to make us also understand here that how the worships in the world which we see are having some category, some hierarchy. Hierarchy. Some hierarchy are there in worshipping of all the demigods. So this is saying that all demigods are not equal. So now this this philosophy is now analyzed with other religions, and then we can say where other religions they fall. So like pantheism, Jainism, then Shintoism, goddess worship, all they are Sakta Dharma, earth religion. Now the solar, now you find the Egypt country, so they worship they take a lot of calculation of Surya. So they are basically Surya worshippers. All these names are given here. The earliest deities associated with the sun are these. Then the third comes Ganapati. So Ganpati, so we can find out in Maharashtra a lot of Ganpati worshippers also, and other places also are there. Now the religions like Buddhism, Jainism, they are akin to Saiva Dharma because they focus on Nirvana. So they are like which Dharma? They are worshipping Saiva, Shiva. So they are equivalent to that. Judaism and Christianity, Judaism, and Islam can be further explains are similar to Vaishnavism because they are accepting one God, supreme God. Now we have to serve Him. We have to surrender to Him. In their religion, these things are there, even though they may not know about God. Now in Vaishnavism, also two kinds of categories are there: mundane Vaishnavism and spiritual Vaishnavism. So the mundane Vaishnavism is called Bharvahi, and another is called Sargrahi. Sargrahi Vaishnavism means who drink the essence, like we drink the essence basically. And Bharvahi means lot of rituals are there, so many practices are there. So now Bhaktivinoda Thakur divides even these Christians, Muslims. He is telling they are equivalent to this Vaishnavism in the terms why they may be mundane Vaishnava because a lot of we have to worship in this way only. Then only you are a Hindu or Muslim, like that. They keep on fighting, but they accept one God. That is the whole understanding here. They accept one God. So Sargai. So this is a Pancha Upasana. Therefore, those who are simply astonished by the power of anything in the creation of the Lord without any factual information of the Lord are known as Saktas, like modern scientists. They don't have nothing to do with any God. They are simply enamored by the nature. So they are Saktas. So these scientists are at the lowest level of religious, you can say, growth. And then they have to come to Saurya, Ganapatya, then Saiva, then Vaishnavism. So what is Vaishnavism for them? They never understand. So because they are captivated by wonderful action and reactions of natural phenomena. Okay. Although Lord Krishna's energy, although his energies are innumerable, they can be divided into three principal categories: internal potency, marginal potency, and external potency. There are hundreds and millions of subheading of each of these categories. The dominating demigods who are empowered to control and administer such natural phenomena as air, light, rains are all classified within the marginal potency of the absolute truth. The lesser living beings, including humans, also belong to Lord's marginal potency. The material world is the creation of Lord's external potency, and the spiritual sky, where the kingdom of God is situated, is manifestation of internal potency. So this is the second paragraph simply mentioning about the three potencies of the Lord. Which are those? Okay, they are also mentioned. I'll just show the shloka. विष्णु शक्ति परा प्रोक्ता क्षेत्रज्ञ तथा परा अविद्या कर्म समज्ञाया तृतीय शक्तिरिष्यते. Original potency of Lord Supreme Lord Vishnu is superior or spiritual. That is called para prokta, para shakti, and the living entity is called Kshetragya is living entity. Akhya tatha para. He is also para. Living entity is also para. Avidya karma samagyaya. Avidya karma. Now two things are famous in this material world. What is that? Avidya and karma. Everybody has to do work and everybody has to remain in ignorance. That is material world definition. So, okay. And another energy called marginal energy, that is third energy, full of ignorance. So this is the three Sakti of the Lord. Antaranga Sakti, Bahiranga Sakti, and Tatashta Sakti. So we are all Tatashta Sakti. Even demigods are also, Prabhupada mentions, they are Tatashta Sakti. They are also lesser living beings, including humans. They also belong to marginal potency of the Lord. Okay, so we have done till second paragraph. Any question? We took a lot of question today. Yes. Okay, I will share. I will share it. Yes, what is the question? Just very short answer will. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, one of my friends sent me a photo where it is said that Gaudiya Sampradaya is the fifth Vaishnava Sampradaya established by Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. No connection with Madhav Sampradaya. So,
Which?
No connection with Madhav Sampradaya, it is said.
No, which Sampradaya?
Gaudiya Sampradaya.
Okay. So this friend is so advanced than Srila Prabhupada and all the acharyas. How much contribution this friend has to the liberating the people of this world? No, first they can liberate themselves, then they can talk about acharyas. So we have Chaitan Charitamrita. अरे 92 ईयर में बैठ के लिखा कविराज गोस्वामी ने. We go to the temples of Goswamis. So our history is not starting just 50 years back. Srila Prabhupada has preached ISKCON. Our history is long back. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's narration has been mentioned in the Bhagavatam, in Mahabharata also, that he is going to come. So these people, they don't read the scripture. If anybody disproves the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his cult through scriptures, then it can be acceptable. Just by saying that he is like that or hearing from some non-authorized guru, it cannot be accepted. Yes. Yes, next question. Yes.
Actually, she said that it is a photo from Vrindavan near Radha Shyam Sundar temple.
Okay. Okay, wait, any other question is there? Or we'll end now?
Prabhuji, can I add a point on the Pali's question?
Yes, what is the point?
The point is, I have heard in one of the lectures that Gaudiya name actually comes from another name of Madhvacharya. That's why we are connected to Madhvacharya family.
Oh, Madhvacharya disciple Vyasa Tirtha. Vyasa Tirtha disciple came Lakshmi Tirtha. Lakshmi Tirtha was a spiritual master of Madhven Puri and even Nityanand Prabhu. Madhven Puri, then he brought the Prema Bhakti. That actually the seed of loving devotional service in the Madhuri Bhav was brought about by Madhven Puri. It is not there in the Madhva Sampradaya. Surely Madhva Sampradaya, from there the turn comes. Madhvacharya disciple Vyasa Tirtha, then Lakshmipati Tirtha, and from there Madhven Puri comes, and Madhven Puri brings this seed of pure devotional service. In pure devotional service is there also. Pure devotional service in Madhuri Bhav. He is the first person. And then further it was grown up by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he is a seed. Madhven Puri is a seed, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes the tree. And then he distributes the love, fruits of love of Godhead through his all the devotees everywhere. So yes, Gaudiya, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. We don't say Brahma Madhva Sampradaya, we say Brahma Madhva Gaudiya. So Gaudiya is established from here. And Gaudiya is eternal Sampradaya because it's in Golok Vrindavan, there are two divisions. One is called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu division, other is called our Krishna Vrindavan. So these both things are there. So already Gaudiyas are there in spiritual world also. So even sometimes Madhva Sampradaya also don't accept us that we are from their Sampradaya. No need to worry. Everybody is getting their food and knowledge things are running ahead. We cannot discuss much about it because Kalyuga, people, even they get defeated, also they say the same things. People earlier were honest. How much knowledge people have? So everybody is beating their own husk. कि मेरे हस्क से ही निकलेगा चावल, ऐसा नहीं है. तो इसलिए this knowledge has been given by parampara, and this is true that Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya, Madhven Puri was the beginner of that seed of love of Godhead in Madhurya Ras. Okay, we'll end here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This PDF of this thing I will share to Adi Bhagwan Prabhu, and he will share it with all of you. Okay, na?
Okay, Praji. Thank you.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ग्रंथ ईशोपनिषद की जय. पंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. गौर भक्तवृंद की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.